Daniel Deronda, a renowned novel written by George Eliot, Mary and Evans, during the Victorian era, delves into the interconnected tales of Daniel Deronda and Gwendolen Harleth. Daniel, under the care of a wealthy gentleman who conceals his true identity, grapples with a mixture of attraction and repulsion towards Gwendolen, a captivating young woman entangled in a gambling addiction. Gwendolen's life takes a drastic turn when she discovers her family's financial ruin after losing her personal savings in a game of roulette. Contemplating using a pawned necklace to continue gambling in hopes of restoring her fortune, she receives the necklace back, realizing that Daniel observed her pawning it and repurchased it for her. The story then shifts back a year. Following the death of her stepfather, Gwendolen's family relocates, and she encounters Henley Mallinger Grandcourt in her new community. Henley, a wealthy but aloof man, promptly proposes to her. Initially considering his advances due to his immense wealth, Gwendolen's perception changes upon discovering his mistress, Lydia, and their illegitimate children. Disturbed by this revelation, she flees the town and encounters Daniel, who is under the guardianship of another affluent Englishman named Sir Hugo Mallinger. While there are suspicions that Daniel may be Sir Hugo's son, neither Daniel nor anyone else is certain. Nevertheless, a strong bond exists between Sir Hugo and Daniel. Sir Hugo wishes for Daniel to pursue a career in politics, but Daniel, a compassionate and intelligent young man, remains unsure of his path in life. During a summer boating excursion on the Thames in 1865, Daniel saves Mira Lapidoff from attempting suicide. He discovers that Mira, a Jewish girl, is a talented singer who fled to London after learning that her father intended to sell her into prostitution. Driven by a strong desire to find her mother and brother residing in London, Mira seeks Daniel's assistance. Although her mother has passed away, Daniel's involvement in helping Mira reconnect with her family leads him to become acquainted with London's Jewish community. During this time, Daniel finds himself developing feelings for Mira, which unsettles him. In an attempt to distance himself from these emotions, he temporarily returns to Lubron. The narrative shifts back to the present, where Gwendolen finds herself destitute, unmarried, and unwilling to enter a marriage that would diminish her social standing. Contemplating a career as a governess, she hopes to maintain her position in society. However, her aspirations of pursuing a stage career are swiftly shattered by a renowned musician who informs her of her lack of talent and discipline. With limited options, she reluctantly agrees to marry Henley, disregarding her earlier promise to his mistress. Meanwhile, Daniel resumes his efforts to assist Mira. Along their journey, they encounter Mordecai, an impassioned but frail man driven by the desire to see his fellow Jews reclaim their promised land. Mordecai's fervent convictions move and persuade Daniel, who is urged to continue Mordecai's teachings after his passing. However, Daniel grapples with conflicting emotions due to his own non-Jewish background. The situation grows more complex when it is revealed that Mordecai is Mira's long-lost brother. Gwendolen's expectations of controlling her new husband, Henley, prove to be unfounded. Furthermore, Lydia curses Gwendolen on her wedding day, leaving her filled with unease. Seeking emotional support that eludes her from others in her life, Gwendolen frequently turns to Daniel, who coincidentally finds himself in Italy at the same time. During a trip to Italy, tragedy strikes as Henley falls off his boat. Gwendolen, who has harbored thoughts of his demise, hesitates before deciding to jump in after him. Sadly, her efforts prove futile as she arrives too late, leaving her consumed by guilt. Seeking solace, she once again turns to Daniel, who happens to be present in Italy, for comfort. Daniel finds himself in Italy as Sir Hugo reveals that his mother resides there, igniting his desire to reunite with her. Meanwhile, Gwendolen's love for Daniel grows, hoping for a future together. However, instead of reciprocating her romantic feelings, Daniel advises her to channel her energies into helping others. During his quest, Daniel discovers that his mother was once a renowned opera singer and, to his surprise, also of Jewish heritage. Her father had forced her into an unwanted marriage, and upon his death, she entrusted Sir Hugo, who loved her deeply, to raise Daniel as an English gentleman, shielding him from her own strict religious upbringing. Understanding his background allows Daniel to embrace his love for Mira with newfound ease. He returns to England, reunites with Mira, and becomes a disciple of Mordecai. Prior to marrying Mira, Daniel meets with Gwendolen, explaining his current circumstances. Gwendolen, heartbroken, resolves to forge a new path for herself, vowing to truly live. On the day of Daniel's wedding, he receives a letter from Gwendolen expressing her transformation through his guidance, urging him not to mourn for her. With this closure, Daniel, Mira, and Mordecai prepare for their journey toward the promised land in the east. However, before their departure, Mordecai passes away, surrounded by his loved ones. George Eliot's Daniel Deronda stands out amidst contemporary Victorian literature for its compassionate and nuanced portrayal of the Jewish community, a rarity during a time when Jews faced widespread contempt in European society. The novel delves into scenes reflecting this prevailing sentiment, as well as Daniel's initial struggle to reconcile his emotions for Mira. Over the years, the book has been adapted into various television and film versions, including the 2002 BBC adaptation. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.